What's happening with it, y'all? Man, it's your boy. My DPS is better. Game on Gabe. Gabe knows best. Whatever you want to call me, y'all know what it is. And I'm going to be bringing y'all my Is DC Universe Online We're Playing in 2021 review. I'm chilling with my boy, the Martian Manhunter. Hey, Martian, drop my music.
Likes I need 2K, hey, show me love, hey, don't forget to sub, cause YouTube only like me if the people showing love, and this could be your new favorite page, brought to you live by that boy Gabe. Now say it with your chest, if it's bout games then Gabe know best, if it's bout games then Gabe know best.
Alright, y'all, one of the first things in this guide I really want to touch upon is character customization. When you play an MMO, one of the most important things is you want to feel like your character. You want to be able to bring your essence onto your character. And for a game that's nearly 10 years old, yes, I said it, 10 years old, DC Universe Online has done that really, really well. So let's go over to our style tab, and over here the first thing I'm going to show y'all is y'all titles. Y'all titles is going to be unlocked by doing various different feats and stuff like that, and there are so many of them. Like I said, I'm very limited on this guy because this is a new character. You have different materials, and this adds different layers of textures on the gear that you have on, so it could change it to make it chrome and all sorts of different crazy stuff. You have different colors that you can put on your character for his theme. As you can tell right here, I'm using black, red, white, and a shade of green, like a neon green. You can change your skin color, your eyes, your hair, and your makeup. But where this system truly shines is your styles. And the style system on this game is vast. I mean, you have pages and pages. Like I said, this character is about 3 weeks old, and I already have 10 pages of styles just for my hairstyle, chest style, back style. But my favorite thing that was added to the styles is the auras. And as you can tell, I got a pretty dope aura. I wanted to go with kind of a sorcerer, different, vibe going on, and I felt like this was a perfect match. And you have many that you can select from, like you see how I just removed that and it completely changed how my character looks. Well, that's kind of how this whole style of stuff worked, and I love it. I feel like DC nailed character customization. So if I was to give this game a grade on character customization, I would actually give it a 10 out of 10. I'm not going to bash the game on the graphic because, again, it is a 10-year-old game, but for the different customization that you can do to your character, DC knocks this shit out the park. Okay, one of the most important things to a video game is your model, your business model, and DC has chosen a free-to-play with subscription-based model. And the most game I could go to that could identify this one the most is ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, which means that you could play this game free, but you're severely limited. You won't have the episodes. Your inventory is really limited. And to really show this, I waited to go free to play. This game is, for me, it's unplayable free to play because you don't have no inventory space, and you also lose access to everything that you gain with the DLCs or episodes, whatever you want to call them. For starters, I don't have access to my belt. You can't play this game without a belt because you lose access to different things like being able to have an orbital strike, being able to have different various trinkets like the supply drop. Anybody that plays this game knows it's unplayable. And the belt option came out with the Battle for Earth DLC. So you definitely need that. I don't have access to no money. I gotta go get my sub back right quick. Options like, I literally have $3.4 million on this character, but I can only use $3,000 in cash, which is it's not acceptable. But I feel like DC does do this well because it gives you a taste for the game. Like right now, I think all episodes are on lock right now, so it's kind of giving you a sample. It's kind of giving you a taste. It's kind of like, this is what you want in the game, right? Well, now that I got you, and now that you know, now that you feel what it feels like to take the crack, now you gotta spend some cash. And DC has nailed this pretty good. I'm gonna give this system, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. That's not too bad. Yeah, one of the most impressive things DC Universe ever did was the introduction of league halls and bases. And I feel like DC did this so good. There's a lot of things that I'm not happy with DC, but this won't fit into the category of one of them. So I remember the first league I was in was Descendo Dismas. It was one of the leagues with Super Patriot, and it was when League Halls first was introduced. and it gave players the opportunity to work towards a league hall and decorate the league hall. And I felt like this was an amazing system because it gave you a sense of a home, a base, a home operations. And the unique part about it was it made things a little bit more competitive. As you can tell right here on this side, the league hall I'm in right now for Helix Enterprise, which is a pretty dope league, I want to admit. And as you come over here, this tells you most healing done. And these are statues that you could select from. You could pick from damage out, different, power outage, everything, every single thing you do, you can have statues put up for it, and they'll tell you the top 3 people. It'll have see, look how neat that is. We have a ping bot up in here that could literally run around, turn into icicle, which is annoying, but it's funny as hell. So if you come over here and you see we have different statues set up, stuff on the wall. I mean, the only thing that's limited by the league hall and the base system on this game is what you got. If you could come up with some creative stuff, you're going to have a creative league hall. Like right here, we come over here and there's going to be some more statues. And there's most power healing done. So that's how much power you're giving back to people. You come over here, different statues. It is a very, very, very thought out system. But not only that, one of the most unique things about the league halls and the basing system for DC Universe Online is the functionality that it has with it. You have mail bots here. Like I could come over here, I could receive mail, I could send mail. You're going to have various different storage options. I'm a bit unfamiliarized with the league hall, so we have things like training dummies. We have so many different options that you can use. But one of the biggest things that DC offers, see right here, you could donate to the league hall, which I'm about to do right now. Since I'm not going to use any of that different stuff right there. Over here you have, bank slots, and these bank slots is shared among the league. And depending on your rank, you could come over here, pick up some styles. If you want any of this stuff, you could just take it out of here. I could come drop stuff off up in here. And depending on your rank in the league, like you could come drop off some stuff into it. Some of these are locked off because you're not high enough rank in the league to actually use them. But some of this stuff is pretty neat. Like right now, if I wanted to come get this stuff, I could come grab something out of here. But like I said, don't abuse that system. Try to give as much as you get from the league. So all in all, one of the things that you can look forward to when you join the league is one of the main things, proficiencies. And when I mean proficiencies, you can see that this league is stacked out. We have health, we have damage out, we have power and supercharge, healing out, power received, and critical healing and power healing. Those are extra bonuses that I have added onto my character for content. So they stack upon my actual stats on the game. I have to again clap for DC. I'm gonna show off some bases while I talk about some other stuff in this video. But DC again scores a perfect score for how well they implemented your home features on a video game. DC, good job, you smashed that. Appreciate you, Green, for letting me check out your base. This is a truly unique base. But the next thing I want to talk about is the marketplace. DC has one of the worst marketplaces I've probably ever seen in a video game. The main source of marks on this game is called source marks, that allows you to buy styles, also progression gear, and on DC you can buy it on the marketplace, which is ridiculous. These marks are used to also buy stuff that you need for your artifacts. I mean, it's totally pay to win. I can't make no excuse for it. You buy stabilizers, it's have time capsules that let you get feats out of it. DC truly went overboard with their marketplace. I don't even want to touch upon it much. I mean, the most I could say is the starting of this was power tokens. And what happened was, once upon a time in this game, say that if they come out with a new power set, instead of grinding a new character and learning the power set, players would just buy a token and switch to that new great power set. And on DC, that created a problem because sometimes some of these power sets came on the game truly broken, such as Celestial and Rage. And this just starts a bad trend. Anytime a new power set comes, people just switch to it with a power token. If a power set get buffed, people just switch to it. DC, I would give your marketplace system, as far as money making, this shit is a 20. Y'all makes money. As far as helpfulness to your player base, I'll give that shit also a 10. But as far as y'all scumminess, man, this shit is a 1. Y'all have truly outdone yourselves. but it's working for y'all, so I'm a clap. As long as people buying, y'all gonna keep on making. I'm totally disappointed. Let's go to the next thing. Skill points. What you gonna do if you don't have no skill points? Chances are players won't want to play with you. So now we're gonna get to one of the most interesting aspects of DC Universe Online. It is the stack point system, aka skill points. Right off the bat, I don't have many skill points on this character, 130. It allowed me to do a little specking, but not much. Skill points is a unique system on DC Universe Online that I absolutely love, because from the time this game came out, every single thing you did allowed you to earn skill points. From basic raids or solos or stuff like that, you're going to get skill points. Complete 200 missions, that's a 3-point feat. That might give you 50 points towards 100 points. That will give you 1 skill point. And it's challenging, you know. From these, you go through these and defeat such and such content in 30 minutes. That'll give you a 2-star feat, which is 25 feat points towards 100. It's one of the most thought out systems in a video game. I loved it. Stats revamp made them important again. This is a great system. I wish more games implemented something like this. It's basically a way to further enhance your character past the leveling system, which is level 1 to 30. Now, I know I haven't talked about the leveling system because it's not much to talk about. You're going to give a bunch of quests from your mentors and such, and you're just going to run through this. The basic leveling system of any game. The difference is DC doesn't focus on the leveling. You can run through the leveling on DC Universe Online within a day, a few hours, if you know how to play the game. But the real progression on this game is in, dang, what I did this dude? What did I do, you fam? Go away, Hack Titan bot. But the real progression in this game is the skill points. You're gonna love this system as much as y'all love my drip right here. Yeah, every single character I have drip. Every different armor I have is drip. Armories. Damn, y'all almost got me. This is a system that I wish ESO would have implemented, and it is the armory system. It's a way that you could quickly switch out your loadouts and go to a different one. And right now I have 2 armors on this character. One is called Dark Magician, one is Sage Mode. Sage Mode is my healer build. This is not my final healer build. Like I said, this character's progression. I don't use watches, so I know people gonna be, oh, he's using watch. Watch is trash. So the next time I'm gonna go over is switching over, and I'm gonna go to my Dark Magician, which is my DPS. That's what this character really is, a DPS. My DPS armory, and I could switch through it in an instant. Now the neat thing about DC is they came up with, well, we don't want to play a switching so much, so you can do this once in combat. But anytime I'm out of combat, after a few seconds of cooldown, I could switch out, and it's like that. It'll give me a little cooldown on a icon that I have, and I can switch out. You see right below my name, you'll see a little hat. Bam, now I could use it again. That's how easy it is to switch in and out of your armors on this game. Beautifully done. DC, I'll give y'all a 10 out of 10 on that. Now, in most MMOs, you do have PvP, and DC Universe Online is no different from those. DC had one of the best PvP systems all the way up until maybe 2014 for many people. For me, PvP died in 2012. When Home Turf came out, Home Turf completely changed PvP. PvP is not all bad though. As you could tell over here, I'm gonna go to On Duty and we have Legends PvP. Legends PvP gives you the option of playing PvP at its barest form. It allows you to play PvP with Catwoman, Amon Sor, Joker, Robin, Bane, any of those different characters, and many more that each have their unique styles in different various arenas, whether it's 1v1, 2v2, 4v4, or 5v5, even 8v8s. PvP on this game had much to offer. For me, PvP died in 2012 with the many changes that they did, starting with Blue Immunity and the Home Turf mods. From then on, for me, PvP went downhill. Many people liked the Blue Immunities and stuff that Home Turf offered, but slowly it started going farther and farther downhill. As in, when advanced mechanics came out on the game, it totally stripped PvP of its core. PvP no longer was a battle of who has counters, like I'm going to show y'all in the Legends match, who has timing and such. It became a spam fest of who has the best power set, who have the cheesiest power set for the flavor of the month. For me, it totally removed skill from it, but I'll show y'all that and we'll get into the next thing. I feel like this is going to be the most important segment in this video, and that is honestly content. Because it doesn't matter how much a game is good to you, don't matter how long you've been playing it, how your content looking, what's the replay value for your content. And right off the bat, we're gonna start off with fetch missions. So as you can tell, I got a mission, conquer and vanish magic. So I'm gonna come over here, bang these dudes out right quick. Simple. This is your basic mission on DC. This is just a grade A fetch mission. But this is the new DLC. This is Earth 31st Century. And you kind of in the future, you helping out the Teen Titans or the Titans of these people, whatever these people name is. Hell, I don't remember the story on this game. We're going to talk about that a little bit later because I lost track of this story back in Battle of Earth. This game's storytelling is cheeks, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So right now in this new DLC, or this new episode as we'll call it, which is titled as now, features you basically doing a bunch of nothing. Every 3 months, DC has followed a model where every 3 months they come out with new content. Yes, every 3 months you get a small DLC, a small episode of gear that you're going to outrank in 3 more months. And that is not a system that breeds longevity in a game. So right now, the only thing that this episode included was bounty fighting. You have one small alert that can be done in about 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 20 minutes maybe on the lead version, and a raid. And when I mean short, I mean short. The raid can be done by damn anybody. It has no content difficulty. It can be done in about 15 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes. 15 minutes it can be finished. I don't know what the idea was behind it, but to buy people time is one of the worst things I've ever seen in the game, and it's what we're doing right now. It came out with a mark system where every time you do one of these little bounties, they appear every 5-10 minutes or so. You get some marks, and those marks is what you use to get various gear, equipment mods, stuff like that. But you're fighting the same bounties over and over and over. You can finish each of them really quickly, but it's boring. I mean, what I find myself doing is I've caught up on The Walking Dead. I've literally watched all season 10 of The Walking Dead, and I've started The Walking Dead Beyond while doing this because it is boring. It is not fun. I don't know what the idea behind this was. Basically, a whole bunch of people gather around some enemies. You kill these bosses. It's no difficulty in it because you basically just mob stomping an enemy. Basically, you just puck stopping enemies. It's nothing to it. There's no ideas behind it. There's nothing to it. I don't know who sat down at the table and was like, yeah, I know, I got some great ideas. We just gonna have people fight the same things over and over and over for hours upon hours to get the same marks over and over and over. So like I said, man, I'm not very happy with it. I feel like content could be doing so much better, especially veterans. Like if you played this game, you remember a time where we had Origin Crisis, and people gonna be like, what the hell is Origin Crisis? Origin Crisis was, as of my memory serves, the last really well done DLC. And I won't even call it DLC, I call that shit an expansion, because that's what it was. It was an expansion. What it gave you was beautiful area, 2 hard raids, 2 solo missions, 2 really long alerts that was rewarding. I mean, this content was hard. It was not this hold your hand, help you finish it, anybody could beat it content. It was, nah, man, you had to bring your A game. It was what separated players, because when Wave and Nexus came out, you couldn't just take anybody in it, man. You was wiping. I remember I was on the villain side back then in One Piece, and when you pug, and I'd pug with, other leagues, when I was 357, you will literally have to sit there and be like, okay, this is our issue. We have to kick X from this group. Okay, this healing not good. We'd have to kick such and such from the group, because not everybody was able to beat it. There was no elite content back then. It was just this one mode. It was either you beat it or you're not. You had to do everything right. I mean, Ninja Batman was giving out hands. This dude would pop up out of nowhere, pop up behind you, and if you didn't roll away quickly on point, he'd one shot you. People said it wasn't that bad on the hero side fighting Alexis, but a boy on the villain side, they'd give you that work. But that DLC was done perfectly. This right here, man, I don't want to be totally negative towards him because as far as beautiful go, for being a 10-year-old game, this area is thought out. This is beautiful. The raids look beautiful. That mascara looks beautiful. Hell, Wonderverse was even done well, but this game does not have an identity. It does not know the direction it want to cause. Alright y'all, now I'm going to touch upon the last thing that I want to go over before I tell y'all my overall thoughts on DC in 2021, the world. No matter what you think of DC Universe Online, each and every place you visit is alive. It looks great. For a game that came out nearly 10 years ago, yes, 10 years ago, DC has repeatedly done a great job on nailing each world details, from Themyscira to Prime to Sub to all little inner, outer, all of those stuff, Condact. The worlds look alive for a comic book style game. I will give them a 9 out of 10 for how well it's done. Now, for overall thoughts, is this game worth playing in 2021? Well, it's subjective. If you have the money to invest in this game, go for it. Because this game will cost you a good bit of money, especially to catch up. You're looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars that it will take you to catch up on this game. Does that suck? Yes. But if you invest into it and you take the time to earn skill points and stuff like that, you will be fine on this game. Players are willing to help. Hell, you could look on my channel and I'll be putting out guides often on how to help you be the best player that you can be. And I don't mean just how much damage you could do, how much healing you could do. No, there is things that you can do to squeeze out and make people truly notice you and say, damn, this person is good because they're a team player. They're helpful. Stuff like that. PvP is a major thing that they need to touch upon. They need to restore the RPS system, rock, paper, scissors, where tanks had advantage over trollers. Trollers had advantage over healers. Healers had advantage over tanks. That was an amazing system. There was no reason for it to be removed. People complain about everything. Sometimes you have to ignore the players to get the benefit of the game in a good place. All of those players that complained about stuff like that, like Clutch and all them dudes, they're gone now. There's a reason for it. PvE. I feel like they need to drop this episode style every 3 months, new content. Short. I won't curse. I'm trying not to really curse much because I do want my content to be more kid friendly and stuff like that. They need to drop that nonsense and get back to a expansion pack style where you have content for about 7 months and you could progress through that gear slowly. They need to figure it out because the system that they got right now does not maintain a player base for long. People play the game for about a month, a few weeks, get all the gear, and then wait till the next content come out. That's not how video games should be. They need to figure out either that or bring back PvP where players have something to do in the meantime. Right now, their stance on it, hell, Meps will tell you in a heartbeat, I don't know how I feel about this dude. I don't wish nobody bad, but I don't understand how he has a job because he is not good at talking to people. He's not. I'll save the topic for another day as always. This your boy Game on Gabe. Gabe knows best because he definitely does. Or you could just call me my DPS is better.